All right, welcome to the first episode of the Follow-Up Genius Show. My name's Wesley Rocha.
My name's Steven Groders.
And we are here to share some really amazing stuff with you today and how a new agent had actually signed 3 listings in less than 30 days using a very simple follow-up campaign, like a one-liner, essentially, with some of the old leads and data that she
That's
had.
all it was a one-liner.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Follow-Up Genius Show, a show dedicated to helping real estate agents find their fortune in follow-up by creating stronger relationships, generating more referrals, and converting more leads. Hosted by Wesley Rocha, founder and CEO of LinkU, and Steven Groders, real estate entrepreneur and high-performance coach. Follow us at followupgenius.net.
So in this episode, we're going to basically go over how to leverage relationships, maybe old data or relationships, past clients, SOI you might have lying around, how to re-engage past clients, those people that maybe you hadn't talked to for a while. You always say, why does the relationship end after
the commission check's cashed?
right? So thanks for the check, and I'll talk to you later.
I won't. I won't talk to you later, just so you know.
Well, I don't think we do it on purpose. I think they really intend to. I'll follow up with them, but then it's on to the next thing. It's on to the next
They get
deal.
busy. Everybody says that, but if they just follow a really simple rule, follow up, follow back, follow around.
Follow up, follow back, follow
around.
Awesome.
Follow up with the initial contact, follow back to them, and then follow them around. Buy, die, unsubscribe, send me a restraining order. That's when you should really give up when it comes to your follow-up.
Right, and most of us give up, or most are people that I've seen, they give up after 1, 2 calls, and whatnot. And it takes 6, 7, 12 now to even make contact sometimes. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the campaign and the exact strategy of how to do this. What is that campaign? What is the one line? What's that magical line that actually works? And then once they actually, we'll have Alexandra Cofford, a special guest. She's the agent who's going to share how her campaign worked, how that experience went, how she was able to close those deals. And then also, when they do respond,
what to say?
Yeah, what do I say? That's the next common thing. It's like, okay, they said they want them to call. What do I do now?
Well, Wes, I can answer that. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to say, how to say it, backed with an exact strategy that will ultimately lead you to the prize of a commission check in a relationship breaker. I'm just kidding. There's a fortune in the follow-up, and we're going to go over that. So the best place to start is really with your SOI. Some people call it your sphere of influence. I like to call it stream of income, because I know each and every single year when we sit down and we do our budgeting out of the database size that our team has, we know that we can do X amount of transactions, right? So the very first campaign that we run all the time is our coffee campaign.
So that would be to SOI. Is that SOI, past clients, both?
Past clients are SOI, sphere of influence or stream of income, our past clients, our friends and family, and yes, our vendors. Yes, our vendors. You want to get them in your database.
Who's what vendors?
Your appraiser, your banker, your title guy, your survey guy. How many times have you received a referral from them?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I think
a lot of agents haven't.
Those definitely get left out. I don't really.
For sure.
Yeah, they get left out. Mostly, we've been focusing a lot of helping people with their past clients. I know with our company, with LinkU, we help people focus on following with their past clients and their SOI, stuff like that. You mentioned some of the coffee campaign. I'm guessing we're going to dive into that a little deeper as we continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, should we show them how the campaign works?
Yeah. So let's think about this. A coffee campaign. How does that work?
The coffee campaign is exactly that. Depending on where the client is in our database, within 1 year's time of purchase, if you haven't connected with them since that time, our coffee campaign is very powerful. Hey, Junie, it's Steven here, agent with Keller Williams. I was just thinking about you. I'm going to be in your neighborhood next week, Thursday. Love to stop by and check out what you guys have done to the place. Maybe we can have a cup of coffee or something. That's just one simple little campaign.
Right.
We also do a drop by where you can just drop by and knock on their door, and it goes just like this. Hey, Junie, I was just thinking about you. I found myself in your neighborhood. I just want to stop by and see what you guys have done to the place. I'd be careful with just doing drop-bys. I would definitely do the coffee campaign up front. It's a little bit more safer because I don't know about you guys, but I don't like people just stopping by my house, right?
Right, yeah.
So
yeah, or doing a call or a text or something ahead of time to let them know, hey, I was just thinking about you. Maybe we set up a call, or hey, I'm going to be in the neighborhood next week. Maybe I could stop by, see what you've done to the place, that kind of thing. So let's think about this campaign, and we actually want to challenge you guys. We have a little challenge for you guys.
Let me grab my phone. Right.
So, okay, so Steven's got his phone, I've got mine, but the point is this, guys. We are going to do a little challenge. Let's do this all together, and we just want to say with, let's say like 5 people, maybe, we'll start with 1 or 2 right now.
Yeah, don't do a group text, though. Just do one-on-one.
Right.
Go into your phone.
Go to your text message.
Well, go to your phone. We're going to go to contacts first.
Okay, go to contacts.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up one of my past clients, Scotty, and I'm going to send him a text real quick.
All right. Well, hold on. Let's do this. We're gonna do a contest, and we want you to join in. So pull it out. Get your contact ready.
Get your phone out.
And the one-liner we're gonna put. What's the one line gonna be?
Hey, I was just thinking about you.
What else? That's it.
Give me a call. No.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's
Do you
Steven
have time
here.
for a quick call?
Hey, it's Steven here. I was just thinking about you. Do you have time for a quick call?
Let's do that. All right, let's do it. All right, guys.
Okay, hold on. How many do we got to send out? 5? 5 real quick?
Yeah, we're just going to do 1 or 2 right now, and then later after the call, after the episode, I want you to do 10.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to do 1 right now all together, and then after the episode, you're going to do 10. And go.
Hey there, I was just thinking about you.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
All right, and I am...
So I only sent out 1.
All right, I'm finishing up here.
How many are you sending out?
I'm done. I did my 10.
How'd you do 10?
Well, I cheated. I'm using, obviously, my product.
Oh, okay. You're using the link you follow-up system. Well, that's not fair.
Yeah,
so,
the point is that, okay, of course I'm going to use the advantage if I have it in front of me. And obviously, if you guys have advantage in front of you, use that.
Yeah, automation's taken over. I'm surprised more agents don't have automation implemented into their business, right? So the first one to get
Hold on, I got a response. I got a response.
What?
They are ready. They want to call. I've got 2 responses.
Do you even know what to say to them?
I didn't think it through quite that far ahead.
So what are you going to do when you call them?
I don't know. I'll call them. I'll probably text them back and
Why don't you text them back real quick and say,
Okay.
hey, I'm in a meeting right now. I'll get back to you in 35 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. Wow.
Okay.
That crazy. You sent out 10?
Well, I only had 2 replies so far, so
you got two replies.
2 replies, and now 3.
Oh, my guy got back to me. He'd like to get set up for coffee.
There you go.
Perfect. But you got 2 or 3 responses already?
Well, now it's 4. What the point is, this campaign has a great response rate. You're looking at, but that type of message, that one-liner, you're going to get anywhere from 40 to 70% response rate. What I see the problem is people are constantly thinking not strategically. They're tactically, and they're going to send out a text message like, hey, do you know anyone in the market to buy or sell a house?
I'm here for all your real estate needs.
Right. No, I don't. Not right now.
Excuse me.
Okay, well, I'm here.
I'm here just in case to handle all of your real estate needs. Like, what does that really mean?
I don't know. What are real estate needs?
I need my grass cut. That's part of my real estate.
Yeah, that's true. No,
so
maybe.
we're making joke of it in light of call me for all of your real estate needs. We literally Googled that the other day. There were over 2 million responses. Like, a little counter. 2 million people are using that tagline, right?
Yeah. Like
in their advertising of some form. It's ridiculous, right? So what you want to do instead of hey, I'm here for all of your real estate needs. Provide them a form of value. Right now, our team, we're using the Airbnb campaign, and it works killer. Ask me how the real estate market is in Michigan.
How's the real estate market in Michigan?
No, first let me ask you, how's the real estate market in California?
It's decent.
It's decent? Perfect. Tell the wife and kids I said hello.
All right.
Now, if you were to bump into me at the grocery store and you asked me this question.
All right. How's the market in Michigan?
You know, the craziest thing is, Wes, it is crazy. But the most crazy and wildest thing about our marketplace is Airbnb is literally buying houses for people and paying them off. Would you like to learn more? How's your real estate portfolio performing these days?
I don't have one. I just have the house I bought.
Maybe we should schedule a time to sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk about your investments.
Interesting. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Most agents don't because we're in it for the commission check now. But we got to start nurturing our people, telling stories with content of value, understanding what's going on with Airbnb, RVBO, right? We're starting to see in the coast, the West Coast and the East Coast, we're starting to see a shift in the foreclosure activity starting to rise. So it's very, very important of what you say and how you say it and how you deliver it.
Right.
Make sense?
Right. And so that actually leads us into, I want to bring on Alexandra now.
Alexandra,
and have her come on and kind of share that we did a one-liner I believe she did a one-liner campaign.
Yes, she did.
She was following it previously, and then she actually ended up signing up for LinkU, but we did one. And you could do it through your phone. It doesn't matter whether you use automation or you're following up manually or you have some other system or CRM. The point is just doing it and having the right opener.
Yes.
And so let's see kind of what she said, how that worked, and find out from her. So let's bring her on the line.
Perfect.
Hello, Alexandra. Welcome to the Follow-Up Genius Show. I'm glad to have you on today.
Thank you.
Awesome. And so, Steven, what do you think? I think you guys were working together or something. You guys were on a coaching call or something like that, and you had shared with him that you had received, tell me what, a listing or?
Yeah, so Alexandra is a client of ours, and we brought her on because she's new, and she was sharing with me how she got 3 listings, being so new in one of the most competitive real estate markets in the United States, just by using simple follow-up techniques. And then she got enrolled into our follow-up platform. And can you just share with them like some of the success you've had by using one of the campaigns to re-engage one of your prospects?
Well, not necessarily specific to campaign per se,
Right.
but let me ask you, where you had leads, right? You were new, so I'm guessing you're prospecting. How are you prospecting?
Door knocking, calling, and then a lot of open houses.
Okay.
All right. So basically, once you met someone, you were door knocking, you're doing open houses. What then did you do with that information? Where did you put it?
Yeah, I would add them into CRM and then call at least once every couple of weeks to follow up with them.
Okay. And then how did you know, like, let's say how many people about, and it doesn't have to be exact, but it was 150, 75, how many people about were you having a call every couple of weeks?
Probably about 50.
About 50 people?
Yeah, about 50.
Okay.
Well, she's a hard worker. She goes over and above. She is so passionate and driven about being successful. Last week I said, you need to double down on something. She's like, I can't. That'd be like 20 hours a day. Because what she does do is work, and what she implements is working. So with saying that, can you just share with everybody like what your day looks like and how you set it up and
how she would do the
calls? How would you do your calls? Like, because I know that's what you spend all of your time right now calling people for the most part.
Yeah.
How many hours a day do you actually call?
3 hours a day. Every
3
morning.
hours a day.
Yeah.
How many appointments are you getting out of that 3 hours?
A minimum of about 2 appointments.
2 appointments. So you're
per
going
week.
about 10 appointments per week?
No, sorry, about two a week.
Okay, 2 a week. That's still really, really good job just going off of cold data.
Yeah.
Or is this, yeah. So now from there, you have these leads, whether they open houses, whatnot, they're in a database, you're calling every couple of weeks. And from what I understand, you used, I believe it's a link you system. And then that sent out like a text message and a voicemail and an email. And so how did people reply to that generally? Was it text message? Was it one of each? What was your best response?
The best response, I've received the most responses from email and text messages, primarily text messages. But the one listing that I'm currently working with my clients on, my friends on, is that they emailed me, just a detailed email that they're getting ready to sell, and they want me to come and look at the place, make some recommendations on repairs.
Now, was that a response to one of the follow-up emails that you had sent?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
So great. So basically an email went out, and what did the email say about, what was kind of the verbiage or
that it had been a while since we've been in contact. I was going through my notes and just wanted to follow up with them and find out if they're still thinking of selling.
Cool. Okay. So basically they respond to the email, they're telling you what's going on. And then what was the next step?
I think it was a seller re-engage.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the seller re-engage that I had them on that campaign. So the next step was I emailed them back, and we set up an appointment. I met with them in their home, and then sent a follow-up email with recommendations for contractors and a recap of the suggestions I'd made.
So you provided a ton of value over and above that what most real estate professionals do.
Great.
Kudos.
Yeah, they were really happy with the list. Yeah, the follow-up.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's really about bringing, there's a fortune in a follow-up. We've heard that. It's the biggest cliche that there is. But there's also a ton of value in bringing value, right? When you've heard me talk about the puppy dog post, right? It's really about bringing value. How can I help? And ultimately, how can I be that go-to person? How can I protect this relationship, right?
Yeah.
Great. So, okay. So then you essentially, you met with them or whatnot. You got the listing eventually. Now, I'm sure there were some that maybe responded or maybe didn't, that maybe things didn't go quite as you had wanted them to. What would you say your biggest challenge with the people that maybe did respond? Was it just maybe not knowing exactly where to take that conversation, where to go from there? Or was there something else maybe that you found?
I mean, I did stall a bit, especially with the text responses. But I mean, I had one a couple people responded and said that they've already purchased, one is renting to own. Another is, they said, yes, they're still looking. So my follow-up to that was that I'd love to meet for coffee to discuss their criteria in detail, and then determine what the next steps would be to help them with the process. So just trying to, So I have explored different responses to continue engaging with them.
So did you get replies to some of those, or are you not getting replies to some? You're not?
Well, I am getting replies. Well, I haven't met that couple for coffee yet. I did have another that did reply with their criteria, so I was able to set them up on set up some filters for them, and I'm sending them listings 2 to 3 times a week as they come on the market.
Nice. The hot sheets.
Yeah. The hot sheets.
I hear so many agents say, well, Groot, I don't know what to say. Well, when you re-engage with that consumer, hey, I was just following up to see if you found the right home in the neighborhood you're looking for under your budget. Have you found the right place yet? And a lot of times it's a no response, right? And the next response should be, well, Alexandra, have you had the opportunity to sit down and put a strategy together to help you find the right house in the neighborhood you're looking for, well underneath your financial budget, right? It's the scripting and how we deliver the scripts, because remember, most consumers think they don't need us. They think that they can do all the searching and all the shopping all by themselves. But we as real estate professionals know there's about 180 checkpoints to each transaction. That consumer needs our help. Again, it's really important what we say and how we say it. And at the end of the day, if you think strategically instead of tactically, quit thinking about the dang commission check and start thinking about how can I bring more value to this relationship that I'm about to enter into.
Yes.
It's about relationships at the end of the day. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So awesome. So that's pretty much, that leads us to the next session about thinking strategic and not so tactical.
Right, exactly.
And we're going to cut there. And thank you, Alexandra.
Thanks, Alexandra, for sharing that. And I know you had a really difficult time with video. Trust me, this was hard for her to do because she doesn't like video. But thank you so very much for taking the time out of your busy day and sharing your successes with us.
Right. And we'll see you later. So continuing with that, one thing that kind of stood out is she's doing the work. She used the line and opened up those opportunities. And I wanted to bounce back to, okay, once that person replies and they're like, yeah, I want to call. Now we call. Okay. And I think a lot of agents get focused on how do I turn this into an appointment? How do I turn this into a sale? How do I turn this into commissions? But really, they should be thinking more,
how much value can I provide this relationship or a future relationship?
Right. So
how much value can I bring to the meeting that we're going to have?
Yeah. So more strategic. People go in thinking tactically.
Yes.
Your real estate needs. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell? Are you looking to buy or sell anytime soon? And when you get no, I don't know anybody. No, I'm not looking to buy or sell right now. And I don't have any current real estate needs.
Again, it all depends on the conversation that you have on the telephone or via the text.
Sure.
But the mindset should literally be is how much value can I bring to this relationship? How much more value can I bring to the conversation, right? If someone says, hey, I'd love to connect, why don't we do an equity checkup? Stop by the property, run a CMA. If they haven't given you a review, prepare a review. Go over there and let them know. Because I don't know about you guys, but the Zestimate in my market is way, way off. It's a lot. The property values are much greater than the actual Zestimate.
So basically what you're saying is, the goal is not to get necessarily an appointment to sell a house or get a referral. The goal is you need to go into that meeting or that phone call and say, how do I, A, make this relationship stronger? B, how do I bring them value? I want to teach them something. So no matter what, that needs to be an objective. This is an objective. I need to teach something. Maybe preempt what might be coming down the line. Preempt, a Zillow offer, or preempt a potential discounted agent down the line, where you're educating them ahead of time. So a month later, 2 months later, 2 years later, maybe someone's asking them, oh, I'm thinking of going with this guy from Redfin or whatever. I guess it's cheaper than a real estate. Why is this client of yours going to recommend you over that to their neighbor? They're only gonna do it if they feel like they're under your
protection,
care and protection, right?
Absolutely. Exactly. So how do you build a moat around that relationship? How do you cement that relationship so we get the ultimate compliment? The ultimate compliment, people, is don't kid yourself. It's not a referral. It's not a review, but it's a phone call. And it's that phone call of, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house through Redfin. What do you think?
Right.
That's the most powerful compliment that an agent or a professional can ultimately receive.
Right. Great.
Make sense?
So that makes sense. So if someone we're talking about SOI, we're talking about past clients, friends.
Vendors.
Now, what about the vendors? What do we say to them? I feel like everything we've covered kind of covers the other topics, but let's say I email or I text them, hey, it's been a while, or hey, do you have time for a quick call to go over this and that? I get them on the phone one way or the other. Now what? Where am I going from here?
So with vendors, it's usually a one-sided reciprocate. It's not reciprocating. It's usually a one-sided relationship.
Uh-huh.
Like the title person. How many times has that title person sent you a transaction? I know some people on our team have received them because we've done a good job with everybody else, right? We put all of our vendors on the same campaigns as our past clients.
Okay.
We want to provide that vendor value. Here's a market report. This is what's going on in the city. Tell me a little bit about what's being, Boomtown. If you go downtown LA, there's like 15 different boom cranes. I don't have a clue what's going on about them. That's some of the content that you can follow up with your vendors.
Just to clarify, that doesn't mean you have to be emailing and creating
all the
blogs
time.
and all this stuff of content of value. What it means is when you get them on the phone, that is your content of value. So you use the one-liner, you open up the conversation. Let's call, or let's have a conversation. Yeah, go ahead and call me. You call them, and then you have something to deliver to each of them about whatever might be going on, depending,
exactly.
a value, and that's where you're delivering your content value, and you're basically kind of building that wall brick by brick, a fortress, so that as the industry, and we know the industry is changing quite a bit.
It's under attack, frankly.
Basically, so you're kind of building up your fortresses and your walls to protect yourself and insulate your clients, your past clients especially, your database from those outside forces. Or like Alexandra, that was just working her leads. She had got them from open houses and things like that, and making sure
door knocking.
Right, but that's the entrance to that's the doorway, that's the entrance to the funnel, and then eventually become past clients, and then those you need to really keep as many as you can.
Yeah, you got to kindle them.
Okay, well, we're about out of time today. So what do we do next?
Well, we know we have to bring value to our conversations.
Yes.
And if you want to know how you can get a hold of the scripts to start those conversations, or obtain some of the notes from the show, or our assets, how do we do that,
The
Wes?
show notes and all that? Yeah, it may take a couple days for that to be posted, so they won't be there immediately like right now.
Right.
But we'll post that within 48 hours after the show ending, and we'll have the scripts and everything. We'll also send an email out, so keep an eye on your inbox for a link and those show notes. So
Exactly.
that is it for us. Thank you for joining us today.
Almost. So we'll leave you guys with this. Ask yourself this question. Are you a lead junkie or a follow-up genius? Buy, die, unsubscribe, send a restraining order. That's when you should stop on your follow-up. Until next time, my name's Groot.
And I'm Wesley. See you then.
Thanks for tuning in to the Follow-Up Genius Show. Get the show notes and discover our fantastic bonus member-only content when you become a Follow-Up Genius member. Join today free at followupgenius.net. The Follow-Up Genius Show is sponsored by LinkU.